Hi, my name's Elly Greaney and I'm the Commercial Director at Transition Partners. We're a tech recruitment consultancy with an office in Leeds covering the UK market and an office based in Berlin. I've worked within tech for the past 5 years and find the market fascinating. I'm really passionate about helping women not only get in tech, but really advance their career with an exciting industry that can provide endless opportunities. I love networking and finding out about other people's stories. I decided to set up the journey of a woman in tech to share knowledge, wisdom, and hopefully have a laugh along the way. Feel free to get in touch on LinkedIn to see how you can get involved. I hope you enjoy the podcast. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on the journey of a woman in tech. So we're extremely excited today that we've got one of our most exciting guests. We've got the lovely Amardeep Sirha on the podcast today, who's a senior consultant at Infinity Works. Now, I've known Amardeep for a number of years now through tech meetups around Yorkshire. So she's actually left Leeds now and lives down in London, but she's going to be talking to us all today about her journey into tech. So thanks for coming on, Amardeep. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for having me, Elly.
Oh, thanks for coming. It's nice to see you back up north again. So if we can start today then with a bit of a sort of brief introduction into your current role and what you're up to in Infinity Works.
Okay, great. So I'm a consultant at Infinity Works and I work in the delivery and the product space.
Right.
And I am currently working with a client and doing quite a big cloud migration. So just overseeing that and making sure we get it delivered for them. It's really, really interesting and it's data, so it's what everyone's doing at the moment.
Amazing. And that's so exciting. I'm so glad to have you on the podcast today because your journey is quite unique and it's really interesting because you didn't come from a tech background at all. So let's delve into that then a little bit deeper. So how did you get into tech?
Okay, so I used to be an economics and business studies teacher and I did that for about 8 years and just kind of got to a point where I wanted a change in what I was doing. I left teaching and didn't quite know what to do.
So how long was that? About 5 years ago now?
Oh, has it been that long? Yeah, maybe like, maybe 5 years, you know. And then I didn't really know what to do, but I left. I did, and I started recruiting teachers for a little while. And then,
I forgot that you were
I used to do it. I did. So then I came to, I was actually getting drunk at a white collar boxing event that my brother was fighting in. And my cousin Gurmy was there. And he started talking to me about...
Shout out to Gurmy, I know
Shout
Gurmy.
out to Gurmy. And he started talking to me about technology and the business analyst role within technology.
Yeah.
So we've had a few drinks and he was like, I really think you could do it. I think your skills are really transferable, etc., etc.
100%.
I didn't think anything of it. And in the morning he followed up and he called me and he was like, if you want to do this, let's do this. And that entered me into, I guess, technology because I understood the roles and was able to apply better to roles, and I got my first gig in technology as a business analyst.
And it really helps, doesn't it, if you have someone that works in tech already, I think, to be able to say to you, look, you don't need to have the cold hard development skills or the technical skills yourself, and there's so many transferable soft skills, and like your personality is just like the ideal BA personality,
second to none.
Yeah, fits into that role really well, which is amazing. So was Gurmy employed by, because that was your first job, was at Sky, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I used to work at Sky. I was at Sky for about just over 2 years. And he worked there as well. I think he's like a senior business analyst there, and he was also like a product manager, and he's done lots of different roles as well. I'm not sure he's there anymore though. And so I mean I can't lie. When I first applied for a role at Sky, I did get rejected, and then a few months later I got rejected a lot when I came out of teaching, and then they invited me back a couple of months later. And
was that because the Gurmy pushed them again? Do you
No,
think?
he was actually really good in it all because he wanted me to get it on my own merit, which I really respect. So he was like, I'm not going to give you all the information so that you smash an interview, get the job, and then fail.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm going to give you enough, and then you need to do the rest yourself. And I got rejected from from the first position, and then they called me back, and I got accepted, which was obviously great. So
amazing.
Yeah,
that's really great. So which team did you go into at Sky?
So I went into a team called Digital Agency. So at the time, I think I was the first hire by Mark Kitching. Another little shout out.
Yeah, hi Mark.
And I got So I went in as a business analyst, but it was just me and him. And then we was like, well, we needed to build a team. So I started hiring loads of people. And
so do you think because you had that bit of recruitment experience, that kind of helped you?
Yeah, it definitely helped.
Oh, right, okay,
and then I, as the team started to grow, I think my role just grew as well. And I think it's because I knew it from the start and you understood the, very popular, understood the landscape of what the products that we were looking after. I was able to go from business analyst to scrum master to a bit of product management, and then eventually I left as the delivery manager of the tribe. So I got like my hands dirty quite a lot, which was nice.
Yeah. And how many people did you have in your team?
By the time I left, I think there was about 45 to 50 people, I think.
Wow, so that's a big one. And so at that point then, did you find that when you were hiring, you were trying to take people from different avenues? Because I know Sky are really sort of well known and good at doing that, aren't they? Bringing people from different areas, getting them into tech. Were you naturally trying to help other people get in there?
Yeah, like I never turned down a CV that didn't have a full technology background.
Yeah.
So that, I guess, my look on it is that if you've got the transferable skills, you're gonna get a shot, and I don't think you should be turned down, because I was rejected a lot, probably because they scanned my CV and didn't see anything on technical roles on there.
Didn't see past that, and that's hard, isn't it? So it's really important, I think, when you're in recruitment, that you are sort of considering that and people's life experiences as well. Like there's often, I was actually speaking to a client yesterday actually, and they were saying about project manager, and they were looking for a junior project manager, but they didn't have much experience. But they were saying how they'd love to see like a mum who's got 3 kids, and that is project.
Do you know what I'm
isn't
saying?
it?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's really sort of those kind of skills are just so transferable, aren't they? If you can juggle 3 kids in the morning on the way to school.
Exactly, and I can do it all without going to the toilet, because you can't as a teacher, because you're teaching all day. So how about that skill?
Yeah, that's really transferable then. Okay, fantastic. So when you first moved into tech then, what challenges do you think you faced as a woman in tech?
I think we need to change the narrative a little bit, and I think it's what challenges do women face in general that then spill over into their workplace, regardless of the industry that you're in.
True.
So, I'm speaking general now. I'm not like, and I know that there's portions of people, there's percentages of people in each stereotype and in each generalisation that don't fit the generalisation. So, just don't want to offend anybody. That's my little disclaimer.
Okay.
But generally speaking, women won't be as confident as men or as assertive as men. And I think if we start to tackle these kind of challenges, then we will become more confident in the workplace, and we'll start to see more women in different industries.
Okay.
The challenges that I face as a woman rather than in technology are usually, I'm a little bit scared to say something because I'm around a lot of intelligent men. Yeah. Which I think goes back to when girls are younger and they're told they're pretty, and a boy's told he can do anything he wants. Yeah. But you're a really cute, pretty girl.
And you'll marry someone.
And you'll marry someone.
Who will look after you.
Yeah, and he will look after you.
He will look after you.
And you won't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Just get your nails done.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Listen.
I'll
also
like
take that life as well. But I think that's what my biggest challenge is. And I think if we change the narrative to what challenges do women face instead of talking about just women in technology, we need to look at that. And there's also another side of it that I think about, which is biologically, women tend to be a little bit more caring, and we tend to be, we naturally gravitate towards jobs that are in nursing or in care or in teaching. And, although we want to try and tackle the gender imbalance in technology, we shouldn't do it by just dragging women into the role. I think we should do it by changing narratives when they're young, which is your next question. Yeah. About the next generation.
Yeah, I guess it's all around the next gen of women in tech. Yeah. Or just women in general. Seems good on that path. Yeah. What can we do to sort of overcome these challenges then?
I think we need to let young girls, and I'm talking like really young from little, explore the world as much as we let little boys. So, and I think we should allow girls to, not allow them, but I think we should encourage girls from a very young age to pick subjects that they naturally might not go, and the trends are not there, so the STEM subjects, etc. And we should also take social media out of their hands, because it's
horrible.
You sit and you look at that girl's contour and you don't understand. You've been contouring your face for like an hour and it doesn't look like her. And I think we get hung up. I think young women get hung up on the wrong things, but that's because of society nowadays. So I think it's getting worse, and I think we'll actually the next generation we'll probably see less women in technology because of society pressures on them,
and the lack of confidence,
and the lack of confidence, and the lack of being assertive, and insecurities becoming more and more. So I think we need to get it into the education. We need to get it into the curriculum very, very quickly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Good point. Yeah, definitely some really good points in there about, I guess, around helping the younger generation get into that. But I guess in general as well, in tech, obviously you've given a bit of an overview. Yeah. Women in general, but is there anything that you kind of faced, any battles, your journey specifically, that you felt within tech things could have been different? Or I think it's a very white middle class male industry. Mm-hmm. One of the challenges that I face as a really cute Indian girl is really cute. is sometimes it can be a little bit intimidating, and that's me saying that. Yeah. So I worry for other women that are not as confident as me. Yeah. And that's why I always go back to the confidence bit, because if I can sit in a room full of these men and be intimidated to not say my opinion, and you're a confident woman, I'm a very, very I'm a confident woman, and I feel the same sometimes. Like I just think to myself, like, what are we doing to tackle that? Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's that men need to change. I don't think it's that at all. I don't think that, if that's how the meeting is going, that's how the meeting is going. But we need to work on women being not afraid of being in a room, helping the men adjusting to help the women helping to adjust each other, absolutely, boost each other's, don't knock each other down. I think that's the main thing, isn't it? Absolutely. So what is your greatest achievement then? So you've been in tech 5-6 years now, you worked at Sky, then you moved across to Infinity Works. Obviously you've been doing some really brilliant stuff. How long have you been at Infinity Works for now? I've been at Infinity Works for just over 1.5 years. Okay, how are you finding it? I absolutely love my job. Good, that's amazing. And your role's quite different, isn't it, to what you were doing at Sky? Okay. So what I like about Infinity Works and what they allow me to do is be whoever I want to be. Okay. So they don't put me in a box, and they let people explore different roles. Yeah. So that's quite unique as well for a consultancy, isn't it? Because normally it's black and white, what the client wants. Exactly. Yeah. And they're quite lucky, as in they're quite lucky in the sense that they turn work down, so they get to pick and choose what kind of work they want to do as well. So I've done lots of different roles at Infinity Works. I've been a Scrum Master, I've been a Program Manager, I've been a Delivery Lead, I've been a Tech Lead. I've done so many different things. But going back to your question, which is what is your greatest achievement, it actually is the transition from teaching to technology. That's a good one. That's a big transition as well. It is my biggest achievement in life, I think. And I imagine if you look back at that as well, not only is it your biggest achievement, back then it was probably your most difficult challenge as well, and your hardest time. Absolutely. I remember saying to my colleagues, I'm going to quit my job tomorrow. And they went, what are you going to do? Are you going to go back to Leeds? And I went, no, I'm just going to do something different. I'm just going to do something different. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I can't do this for the rest of my life. Really? And they were like, are you mad? They were just, and I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, you'll come back to teaching. You won't be able to do it. No one's successfully done it. And I was like, again, really? Are you mad? Because I'm confused. Yeah. And it was awful. Like, I got rejected and rejected and rejected. I was so hard, isn't it? For roles that I was being told I'm too qualified, I'm overqualified, I'm underqualified, you haven't had experience in the industry, and I just kept getting rejected and rejected. And I actually think overqualified is way more frustrating than underqualified, because if you're underqualified, you can do what you need to do to get that job. You can get yourself qualified. If you really want it, you'll go out there and do it. But overqualified is just the most frustrating thing we can ever hear. And you know, there was a few times, I can't lie, there was a few times where I was like, do you know what, I might just go back to teaching. But it took like everything in my soul to like just fight through the rejections. and fight through a few different roles because I did recruitment. Then I couldn't afford to eat because I was living in London on a very, very basic salary. So I had to like pack up shop and come back north. I came back north. I became like a data analyst of some sort. Then my director was made redundant, so my job wasn't there anymore. Then I became a PA for a director. It was interesting. And then
but it's really interesting as well how women, this is what I love about women as well, is how women don't just do one sort of job. Men stick, don't they? It's really interesting, whereas women I think on average have 7 different careers. Yeah, it's like crazy how many, maybe the 7 might be a bit
that's
high,
brilliant.
I am an over exaggerator, but they have a lot more, they change a lot, which I mean by the time of 25 I think I'd done like 3 or 4 different things.
But that's a skill in itself.
Yeah,
that is a skill in itself. Adaptability,
yeah,
tenacity, flexibility.
And you've got to be able to push yourself, haven't you? To push yourself out there and try different things. I think that's really important. And that's really important for people that are sort of like finding their early stages in tech as well. Like, there's so many different areas and so many different opportunities that you can go into. So just take the time to explore each area and see where you fit best and your skills align and where ultimately where you enjoy the most, which is the most important. Who's been then, throughout all these years, who's your greatest role model?
I have 4 people in my life.
Okay.
That obviously was never going to be one, was it?
I know,
I have 4 people in my life that, and I kind of look at it like this because I was thinking about this question a lot.
Okay.
And do you watch boxing?
Ish.
You understand
really.
it, right? You understand.
Yeah, I understand the concept.
2 people getting a ring and they hit each other. So everyone's so focused on the boxing and the matching and the actual match, and I really enjoy when the boxers go back to the cornerman.
Oh, the coaches. Yeah, that bit's cool, isn't it?
And to watch what happens in that corner, and it can turn a fight around.
Yeah.
It can absolutely turn a fight around. And that's how I look at my role models. Like when I'm sat in that corner and I'm like 7th rounding and I'm absolutely shattered and I've got blood dripping down my face. Who's cleaning my face? Who's telling me what to do next? And who's making me feel good about myself?
Who's lifting you back up?
Who's lifting me back up so that
round.
when I go back into my 8th round, it's going to be chaos. See you later. So, and those people are, I'm going to go in like an order. So there's a girl in my life called Sophia. And I've known her since I was about 16 years old. And she's the person that's in the corner of that boxing match. And she's telling me what steps to take next when I go back into the next round. And
so she's a friend.
Person. She's my friend, and she's not just my friend. She, I would say, is like a mentor to me.
Amazing.
I aspire to be like her.
It's a great friend.
She's got qualities that are just unreal, and her outlook on life is very positive, and I like that. I like that.
Amazing.
Love that. So she's doing that. She's telling me what to do. She's telling me the next moves.
Okay.
The second person is the person that is making you feel like, even though your face looks disgusting and that other person hasn't got a scratch on his face, is telling you that you're fine, and that's my sister.
Okay.
So she's called Sandy. Sandy makes me feel like I am hands down the most amazing person in the world. Like
that is a good sister, isn't it? That's
honestly, like
need.
It's unreal. Like she's my number 1 fan.
Yeah.
Like if even with bad decisions, she's like, it's fine, do it with conviction, just be unapologetically you. And the third person is the person that's cleaning your face and putting the Vaseline over your wounds, etc. And that's my mum. Like my mum has had, hands down, probably the worst life I know a woman can live. She has had lots of struggles in her life, and she still allows me to be me when everybody else is trying so hard to shut my rowdy mouth up, or to, like, oh, she's too outspoken, she's too this, she's too that, and she's just like, is it? I think she's just Amardeep.
Good old mum.
Good old mum.
So you're surrounded by some really
Very strong
positive women.
And successful women as well. Like, they're not just like a homemaker, or they're not just that. They've like what you've just said, that they've got 7, like, you can have 7 careers. These women have like multifaceted lives, and I find it fascinating. So I always, each one of these women, I aspire to be like something in their personality.
Who was the 4th then?
The 4th person is a man.
Okay.
Called Hyde.
Okay.
like Jekyll and Hyde, but we'll just call him Hyde.
Right.
He's the guy that sat just outside the ring, doesn't get in the ring. He knows he doesn't need to get in the ring to do anything because the women have got it.
Right.
And he just gives me that look like, you've got this. And it fills me with so much like, I have. Like, and he looks at me and he's like, you've got this.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
sometimes you
really
need
have.
that, don't you? You just need
Yeah.
one person to be like, why are you questioning yourself?
yeah,
You know
he
what
just
you're
doesn't
doing.
even
Yeah.
need to look. He just doesn't even need to say anything. He's just like, you've got this, girl. And I'm like, do you know what? I truly believe
So who's
it.
Hyde then?
Hyde is Hyde. That's his name.
Mysterious Hyde.
I'm single. Just plug that as well.
It's mainly women, I think, on this podcast, and it's fine.
Don't discriminate.
So let's sum up today then with some real good words of wisdom for women out there that are struggling or they're frustrated or they're looking for an opportunity to get into tech. So what would you have said? Maybe not when you're much younger self, because I guess back then, like rewind 5-6 years when you left teaching, right then, what would you have said to yourself?
It's really hard, but put yourself out there. And I know it's quite terrifying to do that.
Yeah.
But turn up to an event, even if it's on your own. Like, again, like I'm quite a confident person, but I didn't know that you could do that. I didn't know that there was like women in tech events and this big supportive, this huge community that is supporting each other. I didn't know that was there. So if I could go back and say that to myself 5 years ago, I think I would have not had such a difficult journey transitioning out of teaching. But
And I guarantee you would have got a job a lot quicker as well.
Yeah, and I would have got a job. Yeah, a lot quicker. Mm-hmm. But if I could tell women and men out there, anyone out there that is, just put yourself out there. Like, don't be afraid to turn up to a networking event, especially in Yorkshire because we're lovely.
There's some really good ones as well.
Yeah, there are.
So, no, definitely. I think I completely agree with that. You've got to push yourself out of your comfort zone, haven't you, really? And I think, like, all the greatest things will come out of things like that. If you feel nervous about it, that is a really exciting thing. It's a really positive energy that you've got to be able to take leaps into some really exciting adventures, which is all what the journey of a woman moving into tech is all about. So we'll round off today quite nicely with that. I want to say a massive thank you for Amardeep for coming on to our podcast today. We were really lucky to catch her while she was back up in Yorkshire. So it's lovely to see you. And thank you
for
very
having
much.
Me.
Oh, thank you. And thank you very much to all the listeners for tuning in today. If you do have any questions or you want to get in touch, just message me on LinkedIn. Thank you very much.